Hello. How is everyone? Cherry K, I just got your message. Yeah. Uh I got to get better at this, man, cuz I guess you're supposed to like give notice when you're going to do a Patreon stream and so Cherry K is like the only one like, "Hey, hey, um hey, I'm ready to hear about the Toy Box Killer. Hi guys." And no, just me? All right. Hey, Glare, go ahead. So yeah, we're yeah. I reset it for tomorrow. So for those of you that are on Patreon, for the very few of you that are on Patreon or that are Patreon members, yeah, I'm doing David Parker Ray, the Toy Box Killer, and I'm doing that tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. So yeah, happy birthday, Nicole H. Everybody give some good birthday love to Nicole H. Cherry K. Cherry K's all. Cherry K's all. Hey. Hey. I'm here. I'm here. Y'all see my new mic? Check it, yo. It's super phallic too, bro. I got it just for Save Robbie to watch. Cause I get really like close up to it, you know. I I Save Robbie. I'm waiting for Save Robbie to come in here, but he's probably busy playing with his hamster. His hamster. So is anybody at all excited about the Oscars? I'm not. Not even a little bit. If I'm being completely honest. I don't even know what's nominated. Hold on. Let me check this out. I'm going to Google the Oscars. Find out who the nominees are. Dude. So I saw 2 of these movies. Actually, 3 of these movies. Best Original Screenplay. I watched The Sound of Metal. So what I've got here is, oh man, the Oscars are they seriously like already over? Did they do them earlier or something? Don't they do the Oscars like at night on Sunday nights? Yeah, it's supposed to be on like right now. But they already tell you like who the winners are. So like what the hell? That's super weird. So like best original screenplay was Promising Young Woman. Never heard of it. The winners never like it's never movies that are good. It's never movies that are good. Like The Sound of Metal I watched, I thought it was okay. You know? Okay. Deaf metal drummer. But the thing was like you never actually see this guy playing drums like for real. You don't hear a song, nothing. So I was like, come on, man. Yeah, I know, Cat's Eye, right? It's a huge mic. Does it at least sound any better? Like I don't even know. I never heard of Minari, but Judas and the Black Messiah was incredible. That was a great movie. And The Trial of Chicago 7 was good too. I liked that a lot. But neither one of those won. I feel like Judas and the Black Messiah probably should have won. About the dude, the Black Panther guy? Hold on. Best Picture? I don't know. I guess they haven't said like what Best Picture is yet. But Best Picture is nominated as Sound of Metal, Mank, Minari, Promising Young Woman, The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Trial of Chicago 7, and Nomadland. I had not watched Nomadland yet. I was kind of interested in that. I did watch Mank. I liked Mank. Dude, Gary Oldman is fantastic. I could watch Gary Oldman all day, man. What's up, Janessa P? That's the thing. I know, Janessa P, I get it. Thing is about this thing, man, is, some of us guys, we got to compensate for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of cool that it glows, right? Kind of cool. This is where y'all's money goes to, by the way. This thing was expensive. Expensive for me anyway. But this is the kind of thing y'all's money goes to. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to go get me a new mic. I actually ordered it and came shipped my doorstep. Yeah, I agree. I think Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor, as a matter of fact. He's one of my favorite actors. Easily one of the most versatile actors I've ever seen. Totally Cherry K. Big glow in the dark. D. Nah, Jelly Bean. You the man. You the man. Yeah, man. I don't have anything pressing to talk about tonight, man. I have no interest in the Oscars. I think there's more of a political agenda with the Oscars. Julie Wicherman, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like when 12 Years a Slave beat Wolf of Wall Street, I was like, I'm done with the Oscars, dude. That don't even make sense. Like 12 Years a Slave was a great movie. It was. But I mean, it didn't touch Wolf of Wall Street. The entire package, it was, we're talking like acting, script, directing, everything about it was. It's Scorsese. It's Martin Scorsese. I mean, he doesn't need another Oscar. You know what I mean? But he earned it. I think he earned it. That's not how we judge who wins an Oscar, is it? Is that how that works? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I remember watching a documentary on Pearl Jam, and they were all salty when they got their Grammy Awards. they got on stage and Eddie Vedder was like, I don't even know what this means, man. Whatever, acting all, 90s angst and it's a thing, it's a little statue. You know what I mean? Like it's got nothing to do with our music, but I think, I don't know. Like I remember watching Jeff Ament, the bassist for Pearl Jam, being interviewed for that, and he was like, I remember people giving us a bunch of crap about that, and I remember people giving us a bunch of crap about it, and then he's like, when I think about it, he's like, how ridiculous is it to get an award for art, an award for expression? That doesn't even make sense. And then when I thought about that, I was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, but you don't have to be a dick about it. You know what I mean? Like, get up on the stage and say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were acknowledged. I don't know. People are weird, man. People are super weird. I used to love Pearl Jam, Jessica Lynn. I used to love Pearl Jam, and I honestly don't so much anymore. Um, like I'm kind of tired of their old stuff, and their new stuff doesn't do anything for me. My taste in music has changed and morphed a lot over the years. So I don't. Yeah, I like they usually have like one good single. Oh wow, Jilly Bean, thank you for that. Let me see what this says here. Let's read this aloud. Jilly Bean says, "Will, you know you're my big daddy twice in the same night. You're awesome, but it's been a while." Wow. I immediately regret reading that out loud. But thank you for the super chat. That's great. Hold on. I'm trying to do something here too. Trying to totally do something. But of course, my computer's super slow because of StreamYard. StreamYard has the power to slow down my entire. Hey, Mary Lopez. Mary Lopez hadn't been one of my lives in a long time. Hello. Hello. All right. There we go. All right. I think we're good. Oh, I was just being silly, and Jilly was just being sweet. I am totally your big daddy. You better believe it. I'm your big daddy. What's up, Jason? Zoe? Am I saying your name right? Oh yeah, I'm not. No. Yeah, we're gonna remove that comment. Y'all are getting y'all are getting y'all need to know how to act. I'm telling you right now. I don't know what is going on here with y'all. Compórtate. No, I know, Jilly Bean. I know. I appreciate you being a good sport about it too. I have not seen those, Nicole H. Mary Lopez. Dude, I can dig it, man. I can dig it. That's a dope super chat. And I would not want to receive a super chat for any better reason. That is the best reason for me to receive super chats. I appreciate it. And I'm up here talking about nothing in particular. We were talking about the Oscars, but the Oscars are so uninteresting that I just don't care. I really don't care about the Oscars. Are we doing like a Save Robbie type live stream now? I guess so. Let's do a live stream in honor of Save Robbie's live streams. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about absolutely nothing, and things are going to get nasty, apparently, because y'all are filthy minded. Something's wrong with y'all, and y'all need to go to church. Y'all need Jesus, man. There's no topic. Jessica Lynn, there's no topic. Okay? Yeah, like Seinfeld, Jason. Like Seinfeld. Exactly. Jelly Bean, I'm about to time you out. Yo, you need to. Yeah, right? Tart with a heart. I don't do readings. I do. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna channel my inner psychic. All right. You guys down with that? Anybody have a problem with that? I'm gonna channel my inner psychic, dude. Okay. All right. Okay. Somebody ask me a question, and I will channel my psychic. Okay. And I will answer your question. Okay. That's gonna happen. All right. We're getting metaphysical up in here, bro. What color is my socks? Jessica Lynn wants to know what color her socks are. Your socks are multicolored. I see green on them, but they're not fully green. Is there a hint of blue? Maybe red? I'm going with green, bro. I'm going with green. Toe fungus? What? Let's see what we got here. Tart with a Heart wants to know, is she flying high? I'm gonna assume yes. Y'all want to see something funny? Y'all want to see something cool? Oh no, I already got to put away. Never mind. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. So man, and I was all set to do this cheap wine true crime thing, man, on Patreon, dude. I'm already drinking wine. I just cracked open the bottle. I was ready to go. But alas, we're gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Patreon. Talk about Toy Box Killer, sick, twisted individual. This dude, KD2 with the silly question. Yo, y'all, somebody help KD2 with this question. Answer this question for KD2, please. Cherry K was all ready for it. I'm sorry. Jason, that's actually a really good answer, but the wrong answer. Think stronger. If I'm drinking something, if I'm drinking an adult beverage, as it were, boom, Cherry K. That's why Cherry K and me, we're like this, bro. We're like this. See, Cherry K was looking forward to the Toy Box Killer live stream on Patreon, because Cherry K, I believe Cherry K has a room in her house very much like that. I don't think the same things go on in it, but I'm guessing Cherry K's got a space in her house that's probably equipped with a little, let's call it a fun room. Thank you so much, Nicole H. And why are you getting? Yeah, don't give me money on your birthday. That's weird. Tito's. Yeah, I rarely ever mess with that stuff anymore, man. Vodka. I don't mess with that shit anymore, man. That stuff is. And Cherry K mentioned earlier about Johnny Depp Johnny Depp deserving an Oscar? I'm going to say no. The only performance that Johnny Depp deserves an Oscar for is when he acted like he had talent. Wait. Yeah, that didn't work. The only thing Johnny Depp deserves an Oscar for, Johnny Depp deserves a participation Oscar. That's what Johnny Depp deserves a participation Oscar. You know, like, hey, okay, I guess you did okay. Here you go. You know, I could see him on stage accepting. What's the chili bean? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I can see Johnny Depp on stage talking about wow, I really don't know what to say. I want to thank everyone for humoring me and making me believe that I am worth anything at all whatsoever. When the truth is I am as good as whatever stuck at the bottom of my beautiful wife Amber Heard's shoe. That's about all I'm worth. You like my Johnny Depp impression, bro? Hold on. Here's my impression of someone as interesting as Johnny Depp. Are you ready? Here we go. That's how that's my impression of someone as interesting as Johnny Depp. You could totally do that, Jessica Lynn. Do whatever you want. I mean, I don't have no idea what I'm gonna do with memberships, man. I have no idea. I was talking to a very loyal subscriber, and she happens to be the wife of a very, very accomplished YouTube creator, and I don't know. We were just having this conversation about how, like, I mean, I don't know how to make money doing this, man. You know, like I think it has to do with the fact that I don't really care if I do, you know. But you know, I mean, but I'm gonna, like, yeah. The thing is I've got the membership opened up, so I am obligated to somehow deliver on these memberships. But I have to get, you know what's really funny about it? Part of the reason why I don't know what the hell to do with a membership is because I don't belong. I don't. I'm not a member of anyone else's channel at all. Like, not one channel am I a member of. So I don't. I mean, what do they do? I mean, I know you're supposed to make emojis. I tried to upload pictures for the emojis, and then they were like, it has to be this size, this, and I was like, you know what? I don't care about that. I'm not doing that. Dude, I'm not doing that, Jessica Lynn. I'm telling y'all right now. I am not opening no Discord. I mean, I'm not. When it comes to one thing I've learned is never to say never when it comes to YouTube. But, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, every time all I hear are horror stories from Discord. I never hear anybody talk about, like, man, Discord is so much fun. It's so good. I mean, I'm sure it is, but nobody ever talks about it. Everyone talks about all the horrible things that end up happening, like people getting bullied and doxxed. And dude, I'm not going to set up something that does that. Let's see, Jessica Moon. Let's see. Well, I owe you an apology. My mental health and alcoholism was way out of control, and I was rude to you. Not an excuse. I truly do apologize. Man, out of all people in the world, I am the last person that's going to judge you for that. I don't get pissy about stuff like that, man. I really don't. I do not take things. I don't take things personally. When strangers insult me, it does not bother me in the slightest bit. It doesn't hurt much. But I appreciate you taking the time to actually do that. To say that was really, really nice. But yeah, no apology necessary, I guess is my point. It's totally okay. We're good. But I think it speaks volumes of your character for you to leave that comment like that. That was really, really nice. That was super nice. Cherry Case, like, I want everybody to shut up. Real life with Will Wednesdays. You get real life with Will every day, bruh. Alpha male energy. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, man. So there was that case I talked about yesterday, man. That's crazy. That's super, super duper crazy. I mean, the thing is I do absolutely believe that this kid was murdered. I think Dylan was behind it. I absolutely think that Dylan had absolutely a lot to do with this kid's death. I mean, why would everyone? That's what blows my mind is why in the world would every person that knows Christian, why would they all be like, there's no way that he killed himself? And look at all the evidence. Like his brother went and, and you hear him talk in his interview, he's super well versed, totally focused. And Katie too, I get it, man. Like, I mean, I get it. Here's the thing is people are like, well, it's in the police reports. All you got to do is read the police report. Well, I mean, but the problem is that the question is the person who walked in, the higher up, I believe he was the chief of police of that town. He walks into the apartment, crime scene, says, this is over, shut it down. Doesn't look at anything, shuts it all down, walks out, right? So it's ruled a suicide. Next day, coroner they do an autopsy, medical examiner does an autopsy, and it's a suicide. And the next day, I know so many are like, oh, well, the police report. But the problem is, dude, I mean, you got shoddy police work. I'm not going to just take their word for it. Normally, I'm going to take law enforcement's word for it. You know what I'm saying? But again, the problem is now, one thing that, for those of you who do disagree with me, one thing that I will acknowledge is, well, what's the motive? What motive would that police chief or whoever, what motive does he have? Because I feel like it implies that he had some sort of affair with whatever her name is. I already forgot. Who knows why they would cover for Dylan? Who knows what the connection? Sorry. So here I am waving my hands around, and this is one of those mics that when you tap it, and yeah, Whitley, thank you. So, I mean, like, there's the implication because she's because Whitley is there in the apartment, living there while homeboy's working on a boat, and he's gone for weeks at a time. And now I'm not accusing anybody of anything, Agate. I'm not. I'm not even saying that that's the case. I'm not even implying that's the case. What I'm saying is that documentary kind of sort of implied it, because I mean, he lives in the same apartment complex they pointed out, right? So he lives in the same apartment complex, and then he walks in and he's just like, this is over. This is done. This is a suicide. Forget it. Moving on, right? Family's like, what is going on? But how is somebody, why was the blood cleaned up? Why was there no fingerprints on the gun? Why was the gun cocked or decocked? Sorry. No, Katie too. See, you're saying his text proved what mindset he had, in your opinion. That's fair, but it doesn't necessarily prove it when Dylan is known for being able to manipulate iPhones, and especially that particular model iPhone, the iPhone 4, where you could actually change names and dates on, as far as, and you know what I mean? And she had his phone. Whitley had Christian's phone. Now, the thing is I'm on the fence. Do I think Dylan's dirty as hell? Absolutely. I totally think he's dirty as hell. I absolutely 100% think that. But Whitley, I'm on the fence about. I'm not ready to say that she is guilty of conspiring to commit murder. I'm not ready to do that. Well, Bigfoot, that's a good point. The motive was to take all of his money, because Dylan shows up to the bank to try to withdraw all of this dude's money. And his story is that Christian sent him to the bank to go do it and pick up some Chick-fil-A while he's out. Come on, man. You're going to tell me that you sit there, you tell me that you believe that story. You believe that. Someone with common sense believes that this dude, why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just go himself to do that? Because supposedly Christian had gone out, right? And Dylan took a nap. After the fact, he went out. And that's another thing. Let's think about that. So according to Dylan, he goes out, gets Chick-fil-A, goes to the bank, tries to pull out the money. Money doesn't, they're like, nope, it's not going to happen. You can't have the money. So he's like, whatever, no luck, dude. It's a bust. Can't do it. But then Dylan takes a nap. Christian goes out. Why didn't Christian go to the bank and take out all of his money? Once he went out, once he got up and left and went out and came back, uh-oh. Hi, Saver Abby. Why didn't he pull the money out himself? I mean, if somebody instructs you, think about it. First of all, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go, hey man, here's my ATM card. Can you run to the bank real quick and pull out like literally everything I got? That'd be great, dude. That doesn't make any sense at all, right? But on top of it, now here's the thing: if somebody does actually do that, let's say for argument's sake, that that's the case, right? I'm going to assume that the purpose of taking that money out is probably a really, really important reason. There's probably a really important reason why that money needs to come out. So why wouldn't Christian A, do it himself, or B, do it himself once Dylan failed? Makes no sense. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, it is. Why? Can you not hear it? Say, Robbie? Like, I tested it and everything. Yeah, see? Does it sound different when I do this? And yeah. Okay. No, that's what I was testing to see, Jessica Lynn. So if my mic's muted and you guys couldn't hear me, well, then that means that it is hooked up into StreamYard. Yes. My mic is hooked up. Boys, I streamed it last night. There's a two-parter. I haven't gone over the second part yet. You know what? You know what I'm going to do, bro? You know what I'm going to do, bro? Hold on a second. Okay. That's what we're going to do, bro. You know what we're going to do? We're going to watch that second one, dude. I don't know. That's probably a bad idea. I don't know if I want to get too deep into that. We're going to do it anyway, because here we are talking about it, people. Yeah, man. Wait, no. This is what happens when you go live without a plan, y'all. This is what happens. On Leonardo da Vinci, and it's messing with you, the glare. I saw your mic on Leonardo da Vinci. Dude, Save Robbie. You got to listen. I need you to wingman me, bro. When you live in Colorado, dude. Okay, there's certain things I expect out of my friends that live in Colorado. Rule number 1 for my friends that live in Colorado: if you see Nicole Kessinger, you tell her to call me. Okay? If you see Nicole Kessinger, you say, hey, I know this dude. Totally into you. That's what you do. Cherry K, I do have a plan sometimes. Like right now, I'm planning on my next Johnny Depp insult. So yes, friends who live in Colorado, please, dude, help me out, bro. I need better friends than that. You see Nicole Kessinger say Robbie, you say the Glare. I got this friend named the Glare. She's gonna say, what kind of name is that? Say, his name's really Will. He's devastatingly handsome, and he loves you. But I don't love her though. See, that's the thing. See, you don't get a girl like Nicole Kessinger by saying, I love you. I love you. You don't do that. No. Save Robbie, it's gotta be fate, bro. It's gotta be fate, dude. You can't go around stalking people. Hi, Shauna Marie. Can't go around stalking people. Did I change it? I did change the name of this. I'm gonna change it back because I'm not doing that shit tonight. I'm changing it back. That's clickbait. I don't want clickbait here. All right. Y'all need to check out this title. Y'all need to check out this title. Totally, I got a new mic, man. I love my old mic. I do. I love my old mic. It's a decent mic. It's okay. It's a little blue snowball thing. I like it. It's okay. My brother got it for me for Christmas a couple years ago. Not last year, but the year before. And the thing is, little jack in the back that holds the cord, the power cable. It's like getting worn down. So before I ended up like doing a live stream where I'm just like, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't my mic work? And going through all that bullshit. Then I decided to just get a new one. You guys have been very generous with the super chats and the support. So I thought I would apply these things to. Hey, so this thing's a condenser mic. Can you guys hear my chair squeaking still? A lot? Or is it picking it up more? I'm like in a Janet Jackson video, bro. See, thank you, Jessica Lynn. And you're pretty too. So one pretty girl saying that another one's pretty, well, there's credibility there. Okay. So Nicole Kessinger is very, very pretty. Okay. But as I was saying before, you don't get a girl like Nicole Kessinger by being all lovey-dovey on her and stuff, being all, love bombing her, talking about, oh my God, I love you, you're so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. She's gonna call you a pussy and she's gonna like chew you up and spit you out. That's what she's gonna do. Girl like Nicole Kessinger, you gotta burn her down. Okay, you gotta burn her down, right? You gotta kind of play like, yeah, whatever. That's yeah, whatever. It's kind of she likes to be treated like not like crap, but she doesn't want some guy, Chris Watson her. Oh, could this be a troll? Okay, you are muted. You need to unmute your mic there. K fat failure now. What is that? Yeah, save Robbie for sure, dude. For sure. If you like beards on women, sure. Yeah, the panel's been open. Look, I love that. I love when trolls don't have any like guts. Like, come on, man. If you're gonna come on the King of the Trolls stream, bring your game, dude. Like, are you serious right now? Bring it. Bring your game. Nobody answered me. Can you hear my chair squeaking still? Oh. Don't have me putting on my cans for nothing now. Come on now. Hello. Are you there? Hello. Okay, still squeaky. Okay, cool. I want my chair still squeaky. Couldn't hear me over the squeaks. I love it. Dude, what is happening with this? I mean, case fat and a wow, that's not nice. I mean, did you come up here just to like flash that name? Is that what's going on there? Farts. I mean, Jessica Lynn, I am 150% fully aware that they are trying to start shit. But, I mean, they're terrible at it, you know? All right. Away with you. Goodbye. I gave them 2 chances. Epic fail indeed. Like, I don't even talk about K no more, man. You know? Like, but I'll say this, though. I'll say this about Critical K. I've never called her fat, and I would not call her a failure. I would not. She has succeeded in her craft. Yeah, right? I mean, but does it look that way, though, Jessica Moon? Does it look like I was talking? Because I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, have I ever been shy about talking shit on my channel about people that I feel like talking shit about? No. And that's totally cool, man. Critical K listeners are welcome here, man. I get the appeal. I do. I'm not even trying to lie. I get the appeal. I was friends with Kay for a long time. I genuinely liked her channel. You know, she can be a very insightful person. Absolutely. We got real at each other over a particular subject, and that subject's not even a subject anymore. So there's nothing, there is no me and Kay anymore. Yeah, man, that's totally cool, dude. It's totally cool. Dude, there's a reason. Listen, let me give y'all YouTubers, and when I say YouTubers, I don't necessarily mean creators. I mean everybody who feels who is part of this community, who feels a certain connection to the community. Let me give y'all explain to y'all a little something. There's a reason why I don't go in private group chats, why I don't really join groups. I don't engage in these sort of things because I don't care to know what people are saying about me or what people think about me. I really don't. I don't worry about those sort of things. I don't concern myself with those sort of things. How other people feel or think about me is none of my business. I say that all the time. So I just don't care, you know? And it's just more perpetuating crap. So one thing, I mean, here's the thing. You guys, you can hate me all you want. That's great. And you can even view me all you want. That's great. You can even troll me if you're good at it. That's fine too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, I mean, yeah, the thing is I am blissfully ignorant when it comes to everything behind the scenes, man. I don't do it anymore. That's why my mods don't even share my email in the chat anymore. I don't have a problem with somebody emailing me. My email's out there. I haven't taken it down. I haven't changed it. You know, the email's out there, so people can, if they know how to contact me, they can. If one were so inclined to contact me, they can. But yeah, I mean, but dude, like when all it seemed to happen when I put my email in the chat, all that seemed to happen was I would get nothing but, oh my God, look, and screenshots of people trash talking me. I thought this person said they were your friend, blah, blah, blah. See, I don't want to know. I am a realist and I understand the fact that it's not just YouTube, but people can be generally pretty fucking two-faced. You know? They're people who do everything to avoid conflict, but they've got feelings deep down about certain people and they just keep them bottled up and then they let it loose thinking that somebody's not going to repeat it or somebody's not going to take a screenshot of it. And, you know, that back and forth that happens behind the scenes, I have no interest in engaging in whatsoever. There are very few people that I talk to privately, and I like it that way. Okay. All right. Aryan Sun. I don't know if I like the name.
What? Oh, it's Aaron.
Dude. Hold on. Why can't I hear? Like, I saw that person was talking, like, you know, their thing went blah, 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 you know, but I'm not seeing, I'm not hearing anything. My headphones are plugged in. All right. So what happened? Did this other troll like create a new thing and then
Nope.
and then come on here? Is that what's going on here?
Nope.
Wait, you guys can hear her? Maybe it's my. Hold on. Maybe it's my. Okay, well, Jessica Lynn's here. What's up, Jessica Lynn?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you guys can hear her, but I can't hear her. That's a problem.
Yep.
That's a serious, serious issue.
Yeah, I heard you
All
say
right,
your
hold
name's
on, let me
Aaron.
try something else.
Yeah.
I figured I'd come on and see if he could hear me too. Make sure it wasn't, trolly thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to go into my settings. I'm gonna have to use my Bluetooth. I like to be plugged in directly, but oh my god, this slow crap.
What is your picture, Aaron? That's
Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I wonder. I think I figured something out here, guys. All right. Somebody say something.
Hi.
hey.
Nope, still nothing.
Love
Still nothing. That's really annoying.
So who's the mic?
Oh, that's because I don't have it plugged in here. Now I can hear.
Yay!
Yeah, this mic, apparently you have to but it sucks because I can only hear out of one earphone.
So the name's Aaron.
No, it's good now. Okay, Aaron. Oh, thank goodness. Your name is Aaron. Ooh, and I can hear myself because I'm plugged into the mic. This is interesting.
What did
right.
you think the name meant?
Yeah, my big mic was totally messing with my other plugins, Julie Witcherman. What was your question, Jessica Lynn?
Never mind. I was asking what you thought her name meant.
I
know exactly where his mind went when he said it out loud. So
yeah, I was like, ooh, wait a minute. What's going
that's
on
why I was really quick to say no, it's Aaron.
Is that really how you spell your name too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Does anybody else mistake that? Does anybody else go, oh my god? Nobody else does that? Nobody else mistakes that your first name for that?
No, not
okay.
that at least they haven't said it out loud.
See, I'm proud to be an individual. I'm so original. What's up, Vanessa H?
I feel so confused.
I don't know how you ended up in the middle. So, all right. So,
okay. So I wanted to come on last night, but it was too late in my household. Especially for the ones that were like, well, it's in the police report, what I found shady right off the bat with this case was the fact that they were like, oh, 45 minutes, now it's a suicide. Because when I was a teenager, I learned that even if it is suspected, they will still investigate, or at least most PDs do. The ones that investigated my cousin's suicide, they originally started the investigation as a suspicious death, and it took about
we can't hear Will.
I think
Yeah.
that they always should, as a matter of fact. Like, I think that any death, the possibility of it being a homicide in the first place should be, you know, that should be looked at first before it should be looked at and eliminated before anything.
Yes, it should be. And then my other thing with, like everyone talking about like, how it's in the police report and I don't understand how they were not grasping the fact that we were trying to be like, but they suspect that there's foul play involved here. The way that they found his body makes me like, and I always had this feeling, and I don't know why, but the cop knew, like, if they were involved, okay, let's just try to be objective here. If they were involved, then he would know how to make it look correct. Certain things might have gone unmissed, or might have gone missed in his mind. So I automatically thought execution vibes when I saw the diagram of how his body was. And that's just
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the thing is, the next thing I was going to say is I mean, look at all of the reasons why the family's looking into it this way. You can't blame them,
no.
I mean, you honestly cannot blame them. Not just because it's hard to believe that this person would have taken his own life, but because look at all of the different details involved. It's a really crazy situation. I mean, the thing with Dylan going to the bank is what really hangs me up. I just can't get past that. I just can't get past that.
No, because you were right. I mean, it is a red flag considering like I love even my siblings to death, and I wouldn't be like, oh, here's my card. Go to the bank and get all my money out.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be clear about my position on this. It's not that I think that a homicide took place necessarily. I'm not convinced of that. What I am convinced of, though, is that I believe the family does have enough, to have a new investigation reopen. Give them the new investigation. Look into it thoroughly. Give them peace. Let this kid rest in peace. Let the family move on. But they're not going to move on without this. You know what I mean? There's too many questions. There's just too many questions.
So if they get another investigation and it's still ruled suicide, you think the family will move on then?
I mean, that's not up for me to decide. If you're asking me, do I think they should? Yeah. Considering, I mean, but a very thorough investigation has to take place. We're obviously looking at a family who's gonna pick apart every little thing that they overlook. They're gonna pick apart the job that they're doing. They're gonna say, you're not taking this as seriously as we need you to take it, because they're upset. Sure, but at the same time, I mean, isn't it reasonable for them to feel that way? Isn't it reasonable for them to ask for justice, or at least peace, and make sure that there are no stones unturned when it comes to this?
Without a doubt, but there's a way to go about it. And the way they've gone about it is very aggressive. And you have to remember, if Whitley and Dylan aren't guilty of murder, they've been treated like murderers. And Whitley's already unstable.
That I'll agree with you. On. I am big on innocent until proven guilty. When I've opposed, because I've heard that Critical K is talking about this, and she's very much she believes it to be a suicide, from what I understand, I guess. Okay, but I mean, the thing is when it came to when it came to the Long case, all I ever wanted was a thorough investigation to be done. That was everything that I ever complained about, was that I didn't think that a thorough investigation ever took place. That's my issue. So that would be my issue with this. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I'm not an investigator in any way, shape, or form. I'm just the guy who takes interest in stuff like this. But sorry about the dog.
He's disagreeing with you.
Probably. I mean, but I mean, it's I let's just look at this practically. Let's look at this reasonably, right? The either they're going to conduct an investigation and reopen the case, or they're just going to keep fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. So which scenario is more likely to is going to bring an end to all of this? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, okay, why not just reopen the investigation? You know, just reopen the investigation, get it done, and let this family move on. But, you know, if they don't do that, then it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying they should just reopen the investigation. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't know.
I agree they should.
I honestly don't have an opinion on whether or not this person committed suicide or not. I don't know this person. I've never met them. I don't know the people involved. I don't know the family. I don't know the scenario. I wasn't there that day. I don't know. So it's silly for me. It's unrealistic, and it's kind of stupid if I were to sit up here and be like, someone did it. That man did not kill himself. You know, that doesn't make sense. What I'm saying is, I feel like the best thing for everyone is to just reopen the investigation and get it over with so that everyone can move on. And if the family chooses not to move on, if a thorough investigation does take place, well, that's on them. That's how I feel about it.
Right. My thing is, like, I understand there can be coincidences, but there are too many coincidences.
I agree.
Heavy, like, from after the fact, and I'm just like, no. Like, what? Like, the cop being let go for his conduct, you know, like, after that whole thing happened. I'm like, I would have wanted one done right there. I don't know why the police didn't, like, open it back up.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, usually when a cop is let go for his conduct, they do look back into cases. But what I never heard of that cop, so I don't know what his role was in the case. Like, how big of a part did he play? Which cop? The one that lived in apartments?
Yeah,
that was him. That's why I'm having trouble, like, trying to, like, see it 100%.
And why am I off the subject? Why am I being compared to some dude named Just Larry? Who the fuck is Just Larry?
No comparison.
I don't know who the hell that is.
I
mean, I don't have a problem with the guy. I don't know who he is. I'm just saying, like, why is, you know what I'm saying? Well, like, I keep hearing that.
Well, Just Larry's going after this case, but he's in a big thing with Colonel Bouquet, so it's like a lot of drama.
Good luck with that, my man. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
It's been entertaining.
Enjoy that. Dude, it's been so nice and quiet, man. It's been so nice and quiet. And I wasn't going to, like, I looked into this thing, and then I heard that's what Critical K was talking about, and I was like, shit, fuck. But I believe in that petition, and I believe that they should reopen the case. So I felt the need to talk about it. Like I said yesterday, to me, it would be irresponsible of me to use my channel and not speak how I felt about that. You know, so, and it's really it. I mean, I'm going to go over the second video because I do think that Kendall Rae is a great creator. I think she worked really hard on that documentary. Now, whether it's biased or not, that's not my concern. That's not my concern. But the fact is even whether or not it's bias, she showed enough proof to convince me that there's enough reason to reopen the investigation. Not, oh, well, this dude did not kill himself. You know what I mean? That's not how I took it. You know what I mean? I just took it like, okay, well, they just want to reopen the investigation. They want people, they want this closure. And this family deserves this closure, I believe. And they're just they seem like a bunch of really good people too, you know. So yeah, the documentary definitely touched my heart, and that's why I streamed her documentary instead of going over the case files, because according to the family, those case files shouldn't have been made public. So, you know, I mean, I know they're out there and everything, and that's cool, you know, but I'd prefer to just not perpetuate what upsets them. You know what I mean? If I can help it, you know. Now,
Well,
when it comes to my own opinion, you're shit out of luck there. Sorry if it doesn't align with yours. but as far as that stuff like that goes, I try to do my best to respect the family, you know. So,
well, you have to be mindful that the documentary is going to make the family look good. Nobody's going to go on a documentary like that and they're going to put their best foot forward. You know what I mean? And they're going to say the greatest things they can. I always tell people, when I die, do not come to my funeral saying I was fun, I was loving. I'm an asshole. I am not fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? So don't come up there lying.
Yeah.
But that's what people tend to do. They're not
I
going to
loved
admit
my
anybody's
animals more
flaws.
than humans.
I don't even want a funeral, dude.
Right.
You know, one of the main reasons why I don't ever
I
want
don't-
to get married, like one
I
of the
don't
main
think
reasons I
anybody
don't
would
ever
show
want to
up.
get married, I feel like these things are such a weird moral obligation on people. It's such a weird obligation to put on people. Like, I remember someone asked me to be an usher in their wedding, right? And I was honored. It was one of my best friends. I was honored, you know? And then I was like, you know, and then it turns out, you know,
You have to spend all this money.
I have to go. Yeah, I have to go get a tux fitted, all this stuff, and I'm like, man, I don't. You know, how am I feeling honored right now? I feel like you just put something on me, dude. You know what I mean? But you know, in all fairness, like the dude's dad ended up just being like, you know what? Like, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for all the ushers, and so I was like, oh, see, that's more like it. You know what I mean? That's just I'm honored to be part of your wedding and watch this beautiful union between two people that I'm so fond of.
It is weird. You pay all this money for people to come celebrate your love. Like, what, you know, some weddings cost more than a house mortgage. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I gotta find
Not
a
mine.
dress still for my stepdaughter's wedding.
Yeah, man, it's just so expensive. So, like, yeah, I mean, in funerals, I avoid them as much as I possibly can. Funerals are just, it's weird, man. There's this weird dynamic where people are like, where there's like certain people that are just playing some weird. They're engaged in some odd contest of who's grieving more, who's
Oh
affected
my God, yeah.
more by the death. And then there's this weird pissing contest of grief. It's so strange and it's so bizarre and it's really uncomfortable. And so I'm just like sitting there and I'm going, fuck, like, can we just talk about how great this person was and how much we're going to miss him? You know, all of us,
Pretty much.
not just you. I don't know, man. It's yeah. Funerals. Yeah. It's so weird. It's so weird. I just don't like, I don't know. The idea of people honoring and remembering me in that way is unsettling, you know? Like,
right, but
because
they're go-
I mean,
but at-
your funeral is going to be packed with people who talk shit about you behind your back all the time. So
That's my point. Right.
The phoniness flying around at a funeral is disgusting. The phoniness
Right.
that flies around in funerals is just like, ugh. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just last week you were talking about how you wish this motherfucker was dead. What are you talking about? Like,
Well,
Like, it's
That's
like I
my
wanted.
sentiment
I
with the
remember like
document.
holding back from slapping you for saying something so shitty, and now this person ends up dead, and then you're grief stricken and more grief stricken than anybody else for some reason. What? Yeah, I can't do that phoniness, man. I can't do it.
Right. So of course when somebody passed, everybody's given the good thing. Nobody's gonna mention, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I will.
That's all.
Don't ever have me speak at somebody's funeral. I'm gonna call everybody out. Like, I'm gonna turn it into a roast. Straight up. I'm just turning it into a roast. I'm like, you bunch of phony motherfuckers. All you.
That would be fun.
Every one of you guys dig a hole next to this dude. Like, and just for your head, just big enough for your head, stick your head in there because you're full of shit. Shut up.
That's actually a great idea. I like it.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, as far as this Dylan dude, yeah, there's definitely something going on with this guy. You know,
Dylan, he's shady. You can tell he's a shady person, but I just don't know how shady. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about Whitley. I feel like
I
Whitley,
wouldn't leave my stash around them. You know what I mean? Like I would carry my stash wherever I went if they were in my building. That's how I feel. But enough to commit murder? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I see Whitley as just being this, at 17, being this just trifling ass, you know, not necessarily, not even really a slut, you know, but the thing is whatever she's doing, unless she's like stealing from people, and even that to a certain degree, like people get a pass from me when they're 17 when they do messed up shit, because that's how you learn to not be a shitty person, is by you know, suffering the consequences from your actions. You know, you're supposed to, I mean, in my opinion, when you're young like that, when you're 17 like her, 21 like Christian, you're supposed to party, have a good time. You're supposed to enjoy life as much as you possibly can, right? So I'm not going to judge this girl for being 17 years old and being stuck. You know, I mean, you could tell. I mean, she's got dreadlocks. She's a little wild child. You know what I mean? She's wild at heart, right? So I'm not going to judge this girl for her actions because she's 17.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, now
she clearly had black.
If she's a murderer, that's a totally different thing. You know, and if she conspired to commit murder, then she needs to be locked up, and not necessarily even for life. That's up to the judge. What I'm saying is she needs to pay for her crime. You know, you can't have somebody walking around thinking that they got away with murder, because that's real dangerous. You know what I mean? That's real dangerous.
Right. But if she didn't commit murder, she's been tormented how many years now and labeled a murderer? I mean, imagine what that girl's gone through. She's already fucked up, you know that. You know what I mean? She's already like a lost, sad little soul, trying to figure her life out, most crucial years of her life. And she's a mess. She's a hot mess.
Right. Jennifer Hamp saying that I did judge her. I mean, if you want to call that judging, I call it making observations and comparing her behavior to people that I've had experiences with in my own life. I don't think that's judging necessarily. We're speculating, and I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? I can't necessarily judge what type of person she is, but I can absolutely speculate it. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is if she was running around on this guy and she was doing the things that she did, and she zannied the baby in her house and got kicked out of her house, well, then guess what? You know what? Me sitting up here talking shit about you, well, you had that coming. You deserve that. Now, do you deserve being labeled a murderer? I didn't do that. I'm not saying you do.
Mindful, Christian was also cheating on her. It was just a toxic relationship.
Sure.
It was a young love. You
I
know what
agree.
mean?
Yeah, Christian was, and Dad outed him.
Right. Yeah, he
You know,
did.
but
Yeah,
I
he did.
mean, it's like, oops.
Poor dad was like, "Oh,
Damn.
that's a
It's
shame."
so funny. Yeah, because my son lived with me when he's a teenager, and I was single, and at the time I was seeing a lot of people, and I mean, I was never the type to like lie to get with a woman or keep a woman around. You know, like I would get into something and be like, well, I don't know how much time or how much energy I can put into a full-on relationship, but we'll ride this out and see how it goes. You know,
We've all
because
had wills.
we like each other. You know what I mean? And then you know, it ends fine, and then you know, I do it again, right? Um, and my son only met two women that I was seeing, because one I was in a real serious relationship with that lasted a while. But the thing is, my son also, you know, I mean, he was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, like, but my attitude, and I don't know if it's sexist or not, and I don't think it is, because I felt the same way about my daughter. I've had really heart-to-heart talks with my daughter, and she's older than he is, but you know, my attitude is, you're young, you should do whatever you want, just, you know, don't hurt anybody. And sometimes you're going to hurt someone's feelings without meaning to. That's not your intention, but it's just a casualty, and it's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it was, you know, for my son, I felt like I wanted him to enjoy life. And if he was seeing a girl and he was cheating on her, well, then I would have probably handled it the same way that his dad did, which I'd be like, dude, like, what are you thinking? You know, you're going to propose and you're not even taking this girl seriously. I'm not saying that you should be taking this girl seriously. I'm saying you shouldn't propose because you're not taking her seriously. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I looked at my son in that sense. It's like, you're young, you should be having fun and enjoying yourself. I don't necessarily approve of you having a girlfriend and lying to her and cheating, but I've been there. And the only way for you to learn is for you to do it. So I'm not going to step in and say anything. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I
That's
will
a
give you
lesson, yeah.
right. But if my son is indicating that he's going to propose to the girl that he's cheating on, then I'm going to be a dad and go, dude, you don't need to be doing that. What are you doing? That's crazy. You know?
And if the girl on the other side. Listen, I pulled a Whitley before. I can relate. I was young, wild, crazy. You know, I've done some of the things she's done. I think that's why I feel bad for her, because, you know, I don't know. It's just like
I'm not going to lie.
everybody's, she's the villain and he's the saint. And it's like, but that's not what we saw in the text message. You know what I mean? And they have to be acknowledged. You have to be fair.
They do have to be fair, but how often is there a case where the main suspect in the whole thing jailbreaks and manipulates iPhones? Like, that's his specialty. Everybody goes to him to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it stands to reason that they're going to have questions about it, especially if he didn't indicate to anybody that he was having these feelings.
Well,
You
did
know?
they get the text messages from the phone or from the carrier? Because you can change it on the physical phone, but not the carrier.
That's a good question. Yeah. But I mean, could you do that back in 2014? Maybe.
Probably.
You know, could you do it with a and that's the thing, is these are the kind of things.
Wait.
And reopening the investigation has two sides to that coin, because your question right there would absolutely be answered if they reopened the investigation. Like,
right,
they didn't even follow up at Best Buy to see if Dylan had gone there. You know what I'm saying?
But the other thing with the text messages, they went back and the content lined up. So it's not like, so they would have had to like redid a whole entire conversation, and you can't change what the other person wrote. So when they went back, it all aligned. Like, the person said this, he said that, they said this, it related. You know what I mean? So they weren't fabricated. But I can see why the family would want to believe it was. I don't blame them at all. I just don't like the pitch. I don't like the pitchforks out for NK either. It's not up to us to say this
Right.
person's guilty. Go get them. It's not fair. It's not our call. And I feel like that's what's being done to Whitley. And she's a lot younger, and just lost. I guess I just feel bad for how it's been handled.
I agree. I think that we're all in agreement as to how poorly it was handled. We're all in agreement as to it was handled poorly, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying it's handled poorly from Christian's family, how they wanted justice.
Probably,
Not the
yeah.
police.
I'm not denying that either. I think they're a whole bunch of really good people, but I also think that they're grieving and they're angry,
Right.
and that's going to affect their decision making.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Sure.
and when you really hate somebody, like his mom already disliked her strongly. So, and I know what that's like. My daughter has a little boyfriend now, and I hate the arrogant little crap. I think he's the most arrogant kid I ever met. He could eat a potato chip, and I'm like, ooh, look at him. You know what I mean? Like, he even eats that. So I get the dislike a
This
lot.
is your
I
daughter's.
understand
This
it.
is your daughter's boyfriend.
Oh yeah, he's so handsome.
Oh,
but he knows it,
and that's exactly why she's with him. By the way, Jessica Lynn.
Oh, I know. She's like me. She likes the bad guy, the arrogance,
yeah.
the chase.
You
it's
hate
fun.
him. You hate him. She loves him. That's
Oh,
what
without a doubt.
Yeah,
I tell her not
the
to
kid
do
is the
this, she
total
does that.
package. Yeah, the kid
Actually,
is the total package to him. To
She
her
just
now.
came out a minute ago and told me she put me on Instagram as a hot mom challenge. I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, you're hot. No disrespect or anything.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking at your pic. You're very, very pretty.
Thank you. But it's funny. They do things like that. But so I understand when you dislike and I would dislike Whitley too. You're going to sit here all day, get high, live off my son's money.
I mean,
and they
right.
really wanted him with the other girl, and she was a sweet girl and all that. But they're not looking at what Christian's doing. Why is Christian staying if she's so hard? They're looking from a parent's perspective, not the
I
child.
totally agree. I mean, dude, get her out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If she's making you so miserable, get her the hell out. Like, it's real easy.
Right.
I've kicked women out of my apartment before. You know how I do it? I get everything packed up and it's out on the front door, and the lock is changed. That's it. Period.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
Now, and when it comes to a situation such as what he was supposedly going through with her, now I'm not going to do that or something that horrible if it's a situation where we're just kind of growing apart and we need to acknowledge it and start making plans, because there's no reason for either one of us to hurt each other, but if you know what I mean, if I find out that some other dude's been in my bed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know what?
Disrespect me like that, then I'm not going to respect where you have to go. You were literally disrespecting my nest. You know what I'm saying? So why should I respect you having a place in my nest? Fuck off. Get out.
I think I know exactly what their relationship was. It was, I don't want you, but I don't want anybody else to have you. Have you ever been there? Where like, I don't want you.
Totally.
It's a love-hate. Like, so I think that's where they were at. Like, I love you so much, but I hate you, but you're not going to go out and be with somebody else. So she drives to BMW with a guy. Right. And Dylan told him on purpose to get him upset. You know what I mean? It was like a game. They were playing mind games with each other. He's on the boat. He's seeing strippers. She knows it. It's like, so they're both at fault for their own toxic behaviors, but they were kids. That's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think any 21-year-old should visit the strip.
Single.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, if he's single, visit the strip club once in a while. Get that out of your system. Realize that, oh my God, this is the worst waste of money ever. I'm never doing this again, and then move on.
Right.
But strip clubs can be fun. They can be fun, but they are it's literally the equivalent to flushing money down the toilet. You get
right. They're fine in the moment,
nothing.
And then the next day you're like, "What? Why? Why'd I do that?"
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Super stupid. Yeah, super stupid.
But that's why at 21 you should be single. There should be like a law. You're not allowed to be in a relationship. Just be single. Everybody's single. Free for all. Have fun. That's it.
I mean, it should definitely be the narrative that parents teach their kids. I mean, and I don't care if you're a boy or a girl. You know what I mean? Like, my daughter got married at 19. I think she was 19
Oh,
when she got
wow.
married. Right. She calls me up. She asks me for my blessing. And I say, I can't.
Well, there's
mean-
a flag there. He should have called you.
Not right. Yeah.
That
And
was
not,
the first flag.
and not right away either. Not right away. Not right away. I have questions first because there's the chance my daughter is totally in love. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, right on. This, because when she says this, I'm hearing it as good news in the sense my daughter's in love. You know what I mean? That's great. This is awesome. You know, this is the kind of conversations I want to have with my kid. You know,
But then logic sets in.
well, not even that. It's just, well, yeah, logic sets into where I start asking questions. Well, okay, well, do you love him? How long have you known him? Blah blah blah. You know, and then she basically tells me, I won't get into it, but the reasons weren't at the time necessarily for love. She did say that she loved him, but that wasn't the reason why she was getting married to him. You know,
Okay,
but she did
yeah.
say that she loved him. Now, here's the thing though. My daughter is now 26 years old. She's still married to that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. It worked out. And
back in the day, people did marry their high school sweethearts and they stayed. As times are different. There's instant gratification on your phone. There's all these, you know where I'm headed, but it's just such an easy way to not be in a relationship nowadays. It's almost like discouraged in a way. It's weird.
But my whole reason for being like, I can't endorse this, you know, like you're 19, you should be having a blast right now. You want to get married? You want to get tied down? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, my attitude with her was the same way that it is with my son. You know, now my son's 20, you know, but my son is living it up. You know, he's living it up. You know,
my grandmom actually said to me once, have all the fun you can now, because when you're my age, nobody cares and nobody knows.
Yeah.
And
no,
it's true, you know.
It's crazy. Like
Life,
at
man,
my
it
job,
goes by quick. Have fun.
Yeah, it's so funny being my age because like I just don't care anymore. Like there are, dude, like I'm a big fan of older women. I like women just like a couple years older than me, you know, ideally. And my job is just full of these, you know, they're everywhere. You know what I mean? And they're wearing workout clothes. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm just like, wow, you know, but I can't do anything because I'm at work. But what's funny is being my age, it's not like it's torture. At the end of the day, I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm just like, man, wow, she's really hot, you know? And then I just go about my day and I don't even think about her again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's when, you know, it's much different than when I was my son's age, when I was 20, or if we're talking about Christian, when I was 21, where I felt the need to possess a woman.
Right.
You know,
The gravity. Yep.
So it's just in our nature, man. It's a Darwinian thing, man. We're just drawn, you know, to the opposite sex. Where it's the laws of attraction, as Colton likes to put it. You know, and it's not just about sex. The laws of attraction apply on everything. You know, but at 21, when it comes to sex, you know, it's really weird. Well, police wife life. It's not that I like cougars, because they're not cougars for me. You know, like they're pretty much my age. Cougar is a woman, let's say Jessica Lynn's age, who goes after somebody like Christian's age.
I mean, hashtag cougar.
That's a cougar.
I do not.
Police wife life. I've seen you in other chats. I think I've seen you in. Oh man, don't tell me. This I'm harnessing my memory powers. It's hard because of the oak leaf. Profiling Evil. Did I see you in that chat? I think I saw you in that chat in Profiling Evil. I think so.
How old are you?
I'm 45
Okay.
with the mind of a 25-year-old.
Well, I was gonna say that. Do you ever feel like you're younger? Like sometimes
Um,
I forget that I'm my age.
I behave like I'm younger. I mean, it's not, I live it, you know? Now,
Like
I
I'm
mean,
forcing my daughter to go to college so I can go to the college parties. I'm like, you are going to college. I've had them
yeah.
young enough.
I mean, I'm young enough to stay active physically, you know, and I'm young enough to have a sense of humor and not take things that really don't matter seriously, you know, in that sense. Yeah. And I can, you know, just find a joke in anything.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's
in
what I
that
mean. Like
sense,
your mind
yeah.
state. Like sometimes I'm like, well, I'm supposed to act older. Like when you
And,
look around the
and,
room for an adult and you're like, oh, that's me. I'm here.
and the way that I look at money also, I do not, I do not think like a responsible 45-year-old, you know, I don't, you know, that's another reason why I'm single. I've seen you in there too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, women want security, man. They want that. You know what I mean? And the thing is I'm so observant and I'm such a realist that any woman that does want a guy like me, I look at and I judge and I'm like, no, you're not good enough for me. Like, we can't vibe. Like, you got to have a higher standard than me. Are you kidding? You know, and that's so this is the
That's
essence
horrible.
of, yeah, this is the essence of why I'm single. Absolutely. Because I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, I got a job that pays just over minimum wage, which I love, but because of that, I don't drive a car. I don't pay for a phone, and I'm happy with that. You know, like, I don't live beyond my means, and I don't set a high bar for my means at
Well,
all.
I
You
mean,
know,
some women are like that too. I happen to be like that. Well, minus the phone thing and all, but I don't. I want to judge somebody on just that. You know, set your own bar higher, I guess.
yeah. The
Like you're
problem
selling
is
yourself low, but that's like pretty basic for today.
women who tend to be women who end up being into me turn out to be crazy. They always turn
Oh
out to be
yeah.
fucking mean and crazy, and then I'm just like, all right, I can't do this. And then I'm the bad guy because I'm like, you know, not giving them any attention. It's like, well, maybe I don't like being yelled at and called a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, that's horrible.
like, you know what I mean? So so I just, yeah, now it's just like, whatever, you know, unless like a porno opening scene happens, I'm not looking for it. You know what I mean? I'm just not.
I kind of feel like I have you written down, and I know that sounds horrible, but I think I know exactly
Break me
what type of
down.
guy you are. I'm gonna
Break me
break you down.
down. Do it.
You want to open up to somebody, but you never do. You bring them in just enough, but they want more, but you don't want to give more. So that's where they come in calling you a piece of shit because it's like you just
Isn't it
played these.
possible that I don't have what they want from me? Isn't it possible that
Nah,
I'm already giving you? Why can't is it so wrong
nah.
for me to feel like what you see is what you get, and why isn't that enough? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because when you're intimate or you want to be with somebody, you want to be intimate on more levels. I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know why you're shut off. And I think you're shut off. I think
Yeah, but you
you've been
gotta
hurt.
earn that. But you gotta earn that shit, man. Yeah, no,
But
that's true.
you
That's
won't
true.
let anybody earn that.
I have serious fear of abandonment issues, like real bad.
And I don't
And
think you give
that.
anybody a chance to earn that.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, I think
But
I am right.
I mean,
I know I'm right.
sorry. You know what I mean? That's not going anywhere. You know,
Right.
that nut. I mean, you crack this nut, you're just gonna find another nut underneath. You know what I mean? So it's just the way that
And in
is.
between, you'll get a few pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but right now I'm just, yeah, it's really crazy. And here's the thing, like, if I'm fighting with a woman, I better be getting laid. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be something that's worth fighting with this person. You know what I'm
Fight in the
saying?
bedroom. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's why I stay single, because I don't want to be bothered. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't want to answer to you. I don't want to answer phone calls. I just want to be like left alone. I'm very content being by myself and like
Me
doing my own
too.
thing.
Me too. Like,
Yeah,
because I
that's
enjoy my
my
own because I enjoy my own company, I'm a narcissist. You
right.
know, like,
Yeah. And you
what?
know what? I think I am a narcissist, and I'm okay
I
with that. I'm not the sense
Yeah.
of what people make it out to be.
I need
I'm
somebody
fine. I
who
like myself.
I need somebody in my life who looks at things, looks at themselves the same way that I do. Just, I
Right.
mean, do your own thing, and it's nice to have somebody to share it with. You know what I mean? But all this living for you and you're all I think about, blah blah
No.
blah. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like,
Oh, it's
take
so
that shit
gross,
down the
isn't it?
road. Take that shit down
Right.
the road. Come on.
Because then it's like, well, now, all right, so if I carry on with you after you tell me that, and it's like, if anything happens now, like, yeah, no, like, nobody wants that clingy. I hate those, like, those sayings and things. Like, I had this one guy, you're the most beautiful person I ever met, and you're so wonderful, and I can't imagine what life would be without you. It was like our second date. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, pay the bill, we're leaving. You know what I mean? Like, that's so gross. It's gross.
Hold
But
on.
but when you get to our age, people are desperate for love. So then they become more clingy when they think they found someone. So
Hold on. Sorry. I saw a comment here, and I'm hoping my mods caught it because I don't see it now. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think my mods got it. So, I mean, yeah. Cherry K.
I think
Um,
that's all that Whitley wanted too. Like people say she was using him, and I think that girl just wanted the family life that he couldn't give her because he was working. I
I
don't think she
think
was using him.
I don't think she was using him either. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know enough. I don't know enough, but based on what I know, which is very little, based on what I know, I don't get the vibe that she was using him. I get the vibe that she wanted to be accepted in a family, but
Yes. And his
but
family wasn't accepting him.
well, yeah, but the thing is, I mean, they're very different types of people. I mean, let's
Well,
face it.
yeah.
I think Christian was into her because she was the kind of girl, like we were talking about earlier. She was the kind of girl that his family was never going to accept, and
Right.
he found
Yep.
that sexy. He found it hot. She's a wild child. She likes to party, and she's got dreadlocks, and she's beautiful. You know,
Well, she
and
she was
and she
different
she
than what he's used
probably
to.
right. There was probably the kind of family that he seems to come from. They're probably
Right.
kind of used to people having a certain southern manner about them, and people
Right.
who don't behave and conform to the southern manner is probably looked down on. And I don't even think
Right.
it's on purpose. I just think it's something that comes with growing up and being raised in that part of the country.
Well, and they
That's
were also his family is pretty well off. Like the grandfather was the judge for 30 years. The mom, they were like a family of wealth. And not to insult Whitley, but she was like ghetto. She was the family kicked her out. She had the ankle bracelet. She was the badass, and it was opposite of what Christian was used to. So it was excited. You
right.
know what I mean?
I think Christian at 21 did not know the difference between sexual attraction and love, and he
I
confused the
agree.
two.
Yep.
That's what I think. I think he confused the two. I mean, what 21-year-old boy doesn't think with his
Ready
dick?
for more. I don't know. I I just feel like she's painted as such a demon, and I don't think she was. I think she was just a young girl lost.
I agree. I mean, but to say that I'm pouring my oak leaf. To say that she had a hand in a murder, the only motive that I can see is them trying to is her trying to marry him so that she could be put on the, and I think I explained this on my live last night. I don't think that she was trying to be put on the life insurance policy necessarily as a motive to kill. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't.
I think she just wanted the other girl off.
That's what I think.
That's all. Yeah.
I think she saw that as like, I mean, that's a life insurance policy. What message does that send to a significant other? I talked about this last night.
That means you care way more about her than you do me. And
that's the
not
ex.
going to happen.
Yeah, that's the ex. No,
that's the problem.
Woman, most men are like, no fucking way. You know what I mean? But no woman is ever going to just put up with that. You know? They're never going to be okay with that. And not a woman, and you know, not someone like Whitley who's as free spirited as she is. She's going to go, dude, who the hell do you think I am? What the hell am I to you? You know what I mean? She's going to demand that.
I can't find any motive for her because she had it made with him. She had the place to live. She had access to his money. She had the BMW he bought her. He had a great career. They talked about having a baby together. Like, you know what I mean? So why would she want to get rid of such a good thing? And she could still do what she was doing. Of course, there was arguments, but she essentially had like the best life you can at a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe Dylan's the only thing. Dylan's
I mean, no, yeah. People are saying, oh, well, yeah, she had it made with him, right? She didn't have it made with him. Well, I mean, they were living in an apartment. Now, was she driving around in a BMW? Sure. You know, was she not having to work and he was sending her money and supporting her and didn't have somebody hanging over her shoulder every minute?
That's
I don't
exactly
know, man.
what I mean.
That sounds like that, I mean, but that kind of sounds like having it made, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Especially when you're 17 years old. I have this house to myself. I can manage my
I'm gonna
wife,
have to
BMW.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Vanessa H there. She had
if anybody wants to give me that lifestyle, I'll take it gladly.
Yeah, I mean, now in defense of Vanessa H's comment here, you know, saying she didn't have it made with him. Well, hey, Bobby, that's fair. That's fair in the sense. That's fair in the sense of emotions, right?
Right.
That's fair. That's fair in the sense of, you know, did he say horrible things to her in text messages? Probably. Was he verbally abusive? Maybe. I don't doubt that she probably was too. You know, and honestly, I don't invest too much. People are going to hate me for this next statement. But I don't invest too much in verbal abuse necessarily, because I you know, people get angry and they say mean things that they don't mean all the time. The question is how do you take it? How do you know your partner well enough to know that do they mean these things or do they not? And if you can come to the conclusion, my partner sat there and said the most horrible shit to me, and it's clear that they mean it, well, I gotta go, you know. Well, but if I sat there and antagonized this person and then they lash out, well, you know what? Okay, I kind of had that coming. You know what I mean?
Well, that's one of those terms that get overused and loses its power too, over, you know, verbal abuse and narcissist, and these words get thrown around so lightly. It's clear that
in the true crime community, like crazy. Like crazy. The word narcissist is so overused. It's ridiculous. People there are YouTube creators who focus on the word narcissist and narcissism.
Seen some. Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
How narcissistic do you have to be to have a whole channel based on narcissism?
I mean, I love when people call Chris Watts a narcissist. I'm like, there's nothing to indicate that he's a
Narcissist? No,
narcissist.
I've seen nothing narcissistic about him. I've seen
No.
quite opposite.
No, you know, I don't. It's, you know, you've
People
got,
hate my opinion on that case. So
dude,
I
people
can't
hate
even
my
speak on
opinion
it.
on mine. Somebody hates somebody's opinion on that case.
Yeah,
that's
the truth.
why it's easy bullshit YouTube content. That's why it's easy. People go to the Watts case. It's easy go-to shit because
right.
everybody is fucking talking about it, and it's the weirdest thing in the world because it's done. You know,
and it's like there's only two sides. You can either be on this side or that side. There's no in between, and it's like there is in between. There's in between in everything.
I mean, look right here in my chat of all places. Look at this.
And I
CW's
disagree
mom
with that.
is the narcissist. I don't think anybody is a narcissist in this case. I don't think anybody is. I think Shanann, people call Shanann the narcissist. I think Shanann it was her job to post videos and smile and sell the shit she was selling. That was her job. You know what I'm saying? Now,
right.
I don't, you know, do I think that once I got into, I'm not going to get into it now. I'm going to point out the fact that once I started getting into, the only reason I want to be clear about this, the only reason I ever got into, and the only time I ever got into their personal dynamic was before he pled guilty. I never explored that after that because I didn't care. It meant nothing to me after that. I only wanted to know their dynamic to see how it pertains to the case. Chris was saying that Shanann killed the kids, and then he pleads guilty. But between that, before he pleads guilty, everybody's split on the internet. Everybody's like, and I remember this very clearly because I was following this case. I was following this case extremely closely when it was happening, very closely. And, you know, and Shanann had all of these videos that you could review. Because people are wondering, why did that case get so much attention? It's not because they were good looking. That's partly what it has to do with. But the fact is there was all of this so-called evidence that we had access to review and look over, and we could judge. You know, imagine that.
And she had a big platform.
Yeah, think about it. Look at how everybody judged Shane Carey's one video where he was in an interview. Everyone judged Letitia Stock's one video where she was in an interview. Everybody judged Barry Morphew's one video where he is asking for or offering a reward, right? That's just one, and everybody picks that shit apart. The Oren brothers, right? They're everybody's picking the interview apart with the parents, right? Everybody's picking this one piece of footage apart, dissecting it meticulously.
Yep.
Shanann provided us with tons of footage to go over. Right?
You're right. I never even thought of that.
I hadn't thought about it until now. What I do on this channel is I think out loud. What I do on this channel is I think out loud, Jessica Lynn.
It was pretty smooth.
I mean, but yeah, she provided us with all of this stuff. That's why everybody became so obsessed, because we were invited into their private life, but that was not their private life. That
was her job life. Right.
That was her job life. They were the players of her real life played into the job life. That's what happened. But
there were videos that weren't for her job. I mean, I don't.
Sure, no, she did enjoy the attention. She did. She enjoyed the attention she got on social media for sure.
Right.
I don't doubt that at all. But that doesn't make her a narcissist.
No,
that's like saying that every YouTube creator is a narcissist who goes on camera. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. You're just throwing that word around, you know? And the truth
And
is,
yeah,
from what I understand, before the Watts case came out, my understanding of the definition of a narcissist was somebody who is sexually attracted to themselves. That's what I thought a narcissist was. Actually, let me Google. I'm going to Google the definition of narcissist right now, just for fun.
well, now they're saying there's so many levels of narcissism too, which is, listen, being a narcissist isn't a bad thing. If you're sexually attracted to yourself, that's a good thing. If you're confident in yourself, that's a good thing. You can dissect everything about somebody and come up with parts of narcissism, I would hope.
Dude, totally.
Just loses its meaning. Overused, definitely overused.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on.
I think the more people look into the Watts case, the more crazy it gets. But I think if you just step back, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't analyze it. Just see it for what it was and what it is. And it's right there in front of you.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Are you ready? Ooh. Would you fuck
What
me?
is happening?
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
This is going to be on a narcissist website.
All right. That's enough of that. Anyway. Hold on. Definition of narcissist.
Wait. Do it again.
A person who has excessive interest or an admiration of themselves. That's all it says. It's literally all it says.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. There's another one.
If you ask me, I think Chris was always insecure. He lost a lot of weight. He caught somebody's eye, and he lost the weight. He felt good about himself. So I guess maybe at that moment he was a narcissist.
But this is why psychologists make money and I don't, because I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or
I
a mental
agree.
health professional whatsoever. Narcissistic personality disorder is a completely different thing. So, narcissistic personality disorder, it says here, a disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. Narcissistic personality disorder is found more commonly in men. The cause is unknown, but likely involves a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Symptoms include an excessive need for admiration, disregard for others' feelings, and inability to handle any criticism, and sense of entitlement. I don't see murder anywhere in there.
Wait. And can't handle criticism or sense of entitlement? Or they have a sense of entitlement?
Listen, symptoms include an excessive need for admiration, disregard for others' feelings, an inability to handle any criticism, and a sense of entitlement.
I'm a narcissist.
I mean, I'm not. I'm not. I welcome
I know
criticism.
That's crazy.
I mean, what's funny is I welcome criticism, but at the same time, I'm like, it's so that I can shut down people. Now, I can take criticism from somebody who it has earned the right to give me criticism. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like
genuine criticism.
Right. You know, like if a YouTube creator goes, hey, if you want to do better on YouTube monetarily, and it's a YouTube creator who makes a lot of money on YouTube, then I'm going to listen to them. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like,
right.
Okay, you know, when they say stop doing this or stop doing that, then I'm going to go, okay, you know, that makes sense. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but, but at the same time, it means, you know, like I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? They have a right to, they're just trying to help, you know? That makes sense. Great. But when I get some troll with a fake name going, if you do this and this and this and this, I'm going to be like, listen, where's your mother? Bring her here. You know, I don't want that from people who don't have the guts to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's ex is a fucking narcissist, dude. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like everybody's
you hear that
fucking
so
ex.
often. Yeah.
I love you, Phantasmagorical. I'm so sorry that I because she's the sweetest and she's the best, and I just I just had a fucking I'm sick of YouTube moment, and I took it out on her. I'm sorry. That's
Well, you know what it is?
It's not personal.
It's just easier to label them as a narcissist. Like my ex, I could say he's a narcissist. You know what I mean?
But it's easy to come up. It's real easy to come up with one word to describe someone that you hate talking about. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Instead of breaking down like he's this, and this, I can just say, well, he's a narcissist.
That's
well,
all.
No,
sure.
You know.
Sure.
That's why it gets overused. It gets taken too lightly, and then, you know, the whole world's a narcissist.
Yeah. Oh man, Tart with a heart. There's no dad dancing coming from me, except for that was not dad dancing, by the way. Only Josh, that challenge podcast, can dad dance, man. He's the one, dude. I would never presume to even try to take that torch from that man's hand.
I like Julie's comment.
And I couldn't agree. Dude, look at this right here. Tart with a heart, dude. Why not just call them assholes? I cannot love this comment more.
Because it's not strong
enough. What happened to that? Yeah, what happened to that? Why does everybody have to be a psychologist? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be like, you see me when I look at Letitia Stock, I'm like, that person is an asshole. I took on, dude, now I'm convinced that she's guilty. You know what I mean? For sure. Now, of course, she's innocent until proven guilty in the court of blah, 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 blah. I know all that. I'm a big advocate of all that. But the thing is, when it comes to Letitia Stock, like, I lost friends, man. I got in fights with people about it, right? Because people were like, she's guilty, she's guilty, she's guilty. And you're just like, dude, you don't know. I'm like, she's guilty of being an asshole. But you don't know if she's guilty of that. Doesn't make there's a lot of assholes running around. This doesn't make them murderers. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So that was my whole thing. It's just like, dude, you know, it's a hell of a thing to throw around. Be careful with that. You know, be careful with that.
That's my entire sentiment with this entire case. You can be shady. You can be wild. You can be, you know, a drug addict. It doesn't equate to murder.
Yeah. The only narcissist, like true to life narcissist that I know is Johnny Depp. Absolutely.
Really?
That dude needs to be stopped. Okay. Something is seriously wrong with this dude. Like, I see him posing for the paparazzi and waving and putting out these fan videos, thanking the fans. And it's just like, dude, he's using you. Okay, fans? He's using you. Oh, I can't see what that is. Are those a bunch of middle fingers? Let me see. They are a bunch of middle fingers. Cherry K. How dare you? How could you say that? Johnny Depp is an absolute 150% narcissist. Okay?
I think he's earned the right.
Why? Are you following the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing?
No, I only heard about it when I watched your channel. I didn't know anything about what's happening.
There's a whole community full of amazingly fantastic people who are following this. Like, like, they're really into it. Like, I'm really scared that once this is all settled, I'm going to lose touch with certain people that I met in that community. And I don't want that to happen. So I can't wait for the next narcissist to abuse his wife and then deny doing it. I can't wait for that so that I can keep interacting with these beautiful, amazing people. And I'm not trolling about the fact that they're amazing people. That's actually the truth. They are amazing people. They're the coolest people that I know on YouTube right now. They totally have been my escape from the ugly stuff that was going on just a few weeks back. But yeah, they've been, the Depp community is fantastic. I just like to troll them playfully and you know, Cherry K is like the best mod ever. And I just like to troll her while she's modding my chat, which is like the dumbest thing that any creator could do. Yeah, troll the shit out of your best moderator. Good idea, creator.
She quit.
The oak leaf hasn't kicked in yet, Phantasmagorical. I just opened that bottle when I started the stream. Of course, I've been drinking for 2 hours. But I mean, I haven't really, I'm not like, the cup's over there. Cherry K's like, quit, you fucking troll. And Cherry K lives in England, so I know that she's doing it with a British accent, but I don't know what type of British accent to do. I can't do an impression of Cherry K because she is completely and totally covert. She is absolutely 100% anonymous. I love that about her. I absolutely love that about her. She says these sexually great things, all with
the accent.
Yeah. But the thing is I've never heard them. She just types them in hashtags. That's what she does. She's completely and totally like ominous, and it's super sexy. Could be a dude in his basement eating tons of spotted dick or whatever the hell Brit people fucking eat, and like for all I know, Cherry K is this huge, fat, disgusting slob, like eating shepherd's pie all day long because their grandma makes it.
Brings it down the basement.
Yeah. Grandma's all like yelling down the stairs of the basement, talking about, Cornelius, do you want more shepherd's pie? And then Cherry K's just a big fat dude talking about, Mom, I told you to call me Cherry. How many times I got to tell you to call me Cherry? I have no idea. Who Cherry K is, and I love that. She's so cool.
I had a little friend I met when I was younger. I think my aunt met her dad at a bar, and she was from England. And I ended up being really good friends with her. So when they would come up here, we'd visit and all, and she was just the cutest thing. The different words they use. I remember we got 7-minute itch, and she was like, ouch, it was a stinging nether. It was like, and I took her in the woods, and she's like, we're in the forest.
So funny, dude. No, yeah, it's the best, dude. It's the best. Like, I love that it's crazy to me, dude. It's crazy to me. Like, to have a YouTube channel and have people from like the other side of the world like listening to you. Anybody?
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So I try not to take it for granted if I can. You know what I mean?
Where are you from?
I grew up. I was born in St. Louis, and I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. When I was a little kid, we moved back and forth from St. Louis to West Virginia to Dominican Republic, back to West Virginia, back to St. Louis. Then there was the final move to Miami, where I grew up, and then in my 30s, I moved to Atlanta, and then after Atlanta, I moved here to Tennessee.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine escaping my little town.
Save Robbie. Only you am I doing the helicopter with. I love this mic because I get to do that. I can totally do that. And I'm only doing that when Save Robbie's in the chat. This is the name of this mic is Save Robbie. I nicknamed this mic Save Robbie.
Did you see Save Robbie's exercises?
Hi, Save Robbie.
It was a lie. It didn't work.
Hi, Save Robbie. Yeah, I'm going to speak directly into Save Robbie now. That's the name of this. That's the name of this live. I just renamed this live. New mic, nicknamed Save Robbie. That's the name of this live.
You got to add a little knife.
I got to. Yeah. Dude, you have no idea, Cherry K. See, me and Robbie will never work out. Me and Robbie would never work out because we're both bottoms when it comes to gayness. That's what it is. Somebody has to be the top. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I liked it.
Save Robbie's
pretty nice.
He's the only one. He's the only one that I would go gay for. But the thing is we're both bottoms, and the thing is he's, you know, and if he goes, well, you know, I'll be a top for the glare, then I'm gonna be like, but it's not genuine, dude. You know what I mean? It's not natural. You can't mess with the universe, bro. You can't mess with the universe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Save Robbie fed into my troll.
I'm a top.
Oh my god, this live is so much fun. I had no idea it was going to be this much fun.
I've seen many trolls. Shit.
Now all the female doms are like coming out of the woodwork. Well, I'll be a top. I'll be a top. Dude, no. Dude, that shit scares me, dude. Listen, man. On my Patreon, I'm going to be talking about the Toy Box Killer, right? And what's crazy about him is this guy was a total sexual deviant. And the thing is what this guy did was horrible, horrible things. He did everything against his partner's wills. There's not a partner. So the word doesn't apply. He did. No, yeah, he was victims. He had victims, and you know, when it comes to stuff, when it comes to kink, I'm open to anything as long as it doesn't involve defecation, urine, animals, or cutting, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm into it, but it's on the table to talk about. We could talk about it depending on the trust that we have between us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know, we could talk about it, but yeah, you know, and pegging. There's no pegging gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. So yeah, I think I'm just a natural top. I Yeah. I'm not yeah. I don't think it's in me to be a bottom, you know. It's just, I'm not, yeah. It's not in me to be a submissive. Like, in real life, or
the dominant type.
Yeah.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sí, un poquito. See, I don't even know what that means, Robbie. I don't want to know what that means, dude. I don't know what that means, bro. Fucking love Save Robbie, dude. And I love Mexi too. Like, dude, Save Robbie and Mexi's relationship is the best relationship on YouTube. like bar none, whether it be out of platonic or romantic relationships. Say Robbie and Mexi's relationship is like the coolest thing in the world. Mexi is like the coolest dude, and say Robbie is the coolest dude. Like I love being friends with them. I absolutely adore it.
Did you ever hear the Toy Box Killer's voice messages he would play?
Oh, I'm gonna play it on my
recording?
Patreon. I'm gonna play
Well,
somebody. Yeah, I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
play the
join.
whole thing.
I was gonna join Patreon, but when I joined my membership, I didn't get a shout out. And then the next people after me got shout outs, and I was like, you know what?
Dude,
Not joining.
I miss shout outs sometimes, man. Don't hold that shit against me, dude. You know?
Totally holding it against you.
Look at you. You're on panel right now. What are you talking about? Like
Okay.
it's the Glare and Jessica Lynn show right now. What are you talking about? Yeah, man. People
What
are
is it?
loving it.
What's a power bottom?
Dude, didn't I
Damn,
just say I didn't
I
even
need
want
to
to
know.
know? I don't want
I
to
know, but now I want to know.
I mean, you
I
can't do the math. Are you serious?
no, I can't. Hold
Dude,
on. Let me try to do the math.
are you gonna by doing the math? You're gonna Google it?
No, because I don't know how to work StreamYard. I think if I try to Google, I'll exit out because I'm on Google.
I mean, a power bottom is pretty self-explanatory in my opinion, unless I'm missing something. But no, if I know Save Robbie and I know, yeah, like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, Robbie.
There we go. Thank you, Robbie.
Listen,
See,
if anybody
if
ever
I
saw my
hadn't-
Google searches,
if I hadn't lost my monetization for this stream because of playing the Buffalo Bill song, then I'm gonna lose it because of Save Robbie just simply being in my chat, much less having a wrench. But
Julie, thank you. I already acknowledged that I am. A little narcissistic herself.
dude, I thought we were doing Robbie, we're doing psychic readings, dude. We're doing psychic. I'm supposed to do psychic readings. I'm harnessing the psychic in me, dude. So I'm waiting for the questions. Nobody wants to ask me questions. You guys don't take me seriously as a psychic. You know how much that hurts? You know how much
I have intuition.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I harnessed it just for this live, and you guys don't believe in me. I need you to believe in me. All right? Clap your hands and bring the fairy back to life.
There you go. Are my sausages cooked yet?
Dude, I don't suck at it. Cherry K, you suck at it. Shut up. Okay, phantasmagorical. Okay, hold on. Phantasmagorical wants to know if she'll find love.
If you get off YouTube.
Okay. Type of 1 if you love phantasmagorical.
Oh, that was cute.
Type of 1 if you love phantasmagorical.
I'm typing 1. Thank you, Miriam.
All right. Congratulations, Phantasmagorical. You found love on the Glarer. Look at that. More love than most people get in a lifetime. Just happened in 5 seconds. Pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. All right, next. Dude, I'm on a roll. Dude, I am the ultimate psychic, bro. Okay? I'm on a roll. Next question. Drowning in love. Exactly.
That was really clever.
Oh no, man. I mean, dude, Phantasmagorical's fucking awesome, dude. She's amazing. I see her in all the other chats. Dude, she's part of my comfort on YouTube. She makes this YouTube thing okay. You know, she's part of that. It's a big thing for me. It's a big, big thing for me, man. Will Kelly and Jake get justice? Ooh, a troll. Get justice for what? I mean, yeah, they're going to get justice in the next bag they buy to fucking blow up their nose. Next question.
I feel like I missed something. Who are they?
You don't want to know. That's just a troll from back in the day. Okay, now here we go. Will Michael Long see jail time? Yeah, probably. Okay, will I get laid before Christmas? I got a lot of answers going through my head right now for that.
So do I. I was thinking of several things to say.
Are you seeing the person? Are you seeing the avatar that I'm seeing right now? Because I got a lot of answers for that. Yeah. I'm going to go
You
ahead
can make it happen.
I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, that's probably going to happen.
If not, you can yourself, right? That counts.
Man, Phantasmagorical, you're crazy. You're crazy. Of course I love you. I love all my depth community. Dude, it's one thing when I have a true crime community that just basically accepts you. You know what I mean? They just kind of accept you and they like what you do. That's nice and everything. Dude, the depth community, like, they put up with me. There's a difference. They put up with me. You know, like, it's just the dynamic we have now. I can't stop trolling Dep. You know, I can't stop trolling the Dep community. I can't stop doing it. But they've accepted me as the Dep herd troll, and now I have to live up to it, and I love it, and they love me, and I love them, and that's our dynamic, and it's all good. Because they know how we really feel about it. It's just jokes. We're just having fun. I mean, I don't know if I could pay you in money. You got to talk to YouTube about that, Tart with a Heart. But, you know, I will absolutely give you more psychic readings. I can do that. You know, I'll give you a new psychic reading. And then when that one's correct, we're even. How's that for a deal? Cherry K. No, I love it. Cherry K is like the best mod in the world. And she's like, stop trolling. She loves it, though. I don't care what you say, Cherry K. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Oh my God, I've been live for almost 3 hours, man. I'm gonna keep going, dude. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. We're just hanging out. It's my night off. I was supposed to do a Patreon stream tonight. It didn't happen.
So yesterday I drank one of those rain. You know those rain energy drinks?
Which ones?
Rain.
Rain.
I think they're called. I saw Mexi talk about it actually. And he was like, yeah, they're good for you. So I tried one and man, I could not fall asleep. Like I was up all night.
Dude, I could sleep. I could sleep on energy drinks.
I drink Red Bull. So like Red Bull is fine, but I tried that for a change, being healthier. And yeah, that was me.
Caffeine settles me, man.
Does it? Are you ADHD?
Yeah.
Or like hyperactive? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't tell.
I could. Didn't want to diagnose, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. One of these days on Patreon, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cover my friend's case. I feel like I
Oh,
need to
I
do
watched
that.
that. After you mentioned it, I watched it. That was good. That was sad. I don't mean
Which
good in that.
which one? I have a couple of friends that have high profile cases.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on it was on Hulu. It was the
Oh, yeah, Scott's case.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you, man, Scott was my best friend, dude. Like,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, he was the half brother of Jake, who was the captain of the boat. And it was crazy. Like we were homeless together, you know. I mean, how crazy is that? Like, think about that. Like, we were homeless together, but this dude, his stepdad, was this rich dude who lived literally in the house, like the house that they showed in that documentary. They don't tell you that, maybe because they couldn't get the rights to like say it or whatever. But that's the house they filmed Scarface in. That's Scarface's house.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, that
I need to
beautiful
film
big
this
white
up.
house on Star Island, right? And so we go from being homeless to where he goes, and in our early 30s, he ends up moving back in with them because he had gotten married, and his wife ended up doing dirty, crazy, horrible stuff, and then he ended up moving back there with them because he really picked himself up. You know what I mean? Like we were homeless on the street, but we were kids. You know, when you're a
Right.
homeless kid, you have opportunities. Somebody wants to help you. And the question is, are you willing to take that help and do what it takes to like dig yourself out of that hole? You know what I mean? Um, and so Scott was old enough, you know, he was already an adult, you know, he was over 21, and he knew to like take advantage when, you know, something came along, and he ended up meeting a girl, and she was doing okay, uh and then they got married, and you know, and then the and he loved her. He really loved her. And then this thing happens after his father or his stepdad brings him into the house, and him and Jake, man, they would take that boat out all the time, and they would win these fishing competitions. Like anything Scott did, he was super good at. Scott was the kind of dude, like, well, like he was super like one with nature. He knew Florida. He was a super duper Floridian. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
like Florida plants that grew out. We were walking around everywhere. We had nothing to do with our day but just walk around and you know, try not to get kicked out of places. And he would pick up like leaves and tear a leaf off of some certain tree and be like, these are cool because you can like do this, and then, you know, he'd make a noise with it, or he'd split it, you know, to do something. And you know, it was somebody, you could tell that Scott was somebody who just spent all of his time outside. Like he hated movies. I loved movies, and we could never talk about movies, you know.
He was a nature guy.
But me and him liked to party. We had that in common. You know, nobody could party like Scott. And he, yeah, and he, man, man, I miss him a lot. It's crazy. It's one of those things where you just can't believe that a dude that good, like when we were homeless, like he had a girlfriend, he had a beautiful girlfriend, and she was out on the streets with us for a long time too, but she had a thing with her family where she could go back and forth, and her mom would take her back in. And there were times where he had a place to go because he could go stay with her, and I didn't have any place to go. And I'm 6'1" now, but back then I was like maybe 5'6" tops, you know, and it's real skinny, you know, and Scott would not let me be alone on the street. You know, he would sacrifice having a bed to sleep in so that he would not leave me alone sleeping on a rooftop, you know. that's the kind of dude he was, man. And that's what really got me into true crime too, was that happening, because it didn't make sense. Like they didn't have to shoot him, take the boat like that. They didn't have to do that. Like,
Yeah, I'm really sorry. That's hard.
yeah. Uh, yeah. It's a hard thing to think about sometimes. But I mean, it's real easy to remember the good times because there were only good times with him. I remember we had another friend of ours that was out on the streets with us, but he was the kind of guy that would just never grow up. And we all knew that. We all knew that he would never like get serious about anything. And he recently actually just passed, and he passed of an overdose. And it's crazy because it was like, instead of mourning him, it was more like,
I know where you're headed.
I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But it
Yeah.
was expected. It was expected. And we hoped against it, but I remember this one time Scott was bold, man. So Scott would like, in Florida, we have Winn-Dixies, not Publix. I mean, we had Publix too, but we had Publix and Winn-Dixie. Sorry. But we didn't have Kroger. We didn't, Winn-Dixie is probably kind of the equivalent to Kroger, more or less. Just the Florida side of it. And Scott liked to drink. And I didn't like to drink that much back then, but I was always self-medicating on anything I can get my hands on, though, and Scott like would straight up walk in. We had our hangout spot. It was about maybe 10 blocks from the Winn-Dixie. Scott would walk down to the Winn-Dixie, grab 2 cases of beer, and walk out without even like, just grab 2 like cases, 24 packs of beer, and walk out. And we'd have our night. We'd find a spot where nobody was going to mess with us, and we would just talk shit and drink and have fun. And then he gets this opportunity, and he doesn't take it for granted for 1 second. He's got a great job, and he's winning these fishing competitions with Jake. And then these guys come along and offer him money to give him a ride to Bimini. And the way they look at it is like, we go to Bimini to party all the time. Like, why not make some money off of it? But they failed to look at the suspicion. And which was really weird, because when I was living on the streets with this guy, he was the brains. He was the street smart guy. He was the guy that was like, nah, there's something wrong here. We actually watched somebody pull a gun on somebody and almost shoot them one time. I remember that. He had a job at Subway, and we worked, and since we were all homeless, he was the closing manager of Subway. So once everyone left, we could come in and we would just help him out around the store and wait for him to get off work, and then, and party. And this was 92. This was before like it was standard to have computers to do all your math. This guy, the owner of this place, literally did everything by books, right? So Scott figured out how to work the books and take from the register all night, right? And so we'd have drugs and food for the whole night once he got off work. And then we'd sleep all day and then go back. And I remember this one time we were taking out the garbage. And this is Hialeah. This is the Subway on 12th Avenue and, oh God, what street was that? Oh man, I can't even remember what street that was that it intersected with. There was a Payless shoe store. There was a Checkers. There's a major intersection, and we worked at the Subway, and it was it was not the nicest neighborhood. You know, Hialeah, you got to have some survivor skills. You know what I mean? And so we took the garbage out, and there was a dude that was like beating on his girlfriend, apparently, or his wife, or whoever she was. And there was a Farm Stores across the street. Farm Stores down there is a convenience store. My mom actually worked for Farm Stores for a long time as an accountant, I think. And there was this dude was fighting his girlfriend, or beating his girlfriend, or his significant other, and then this dude from the Farm Stores comes out with a gun. I mean, the biggest handgun I'd ever seen. Like, even in a movie, it was huge. And like, and he was like, leave the girl alone, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out nobody shot anybody. And we don't call cops. Us kids in Hialeah, if you're a kid in Hialeah, you don't call cops. You don't do that. And yeah, I think I was 17 at the time. I was 17 because I just got hauled off to rehab after that. Yeah. I got in a fight with my mom and I left. And then I had to go to this place, and I was gone for like 3 months. And then as soon as I got out, like, they welcomed me like family. It was crazy. It's crazy.
You know, it's crazy because
I'm just rambling right now, just thinking about Scott. It's crazy. Sorry about that. I'm just
well,
like,
no,
I can't believe I'm sitting here half drunk on a live stream talking about my friend Scott. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's a good dude.
You know what I mean? And that's a good thing to remember.
I have no bad memories of Scott. I have no bad memories of Scott at all. Yeah, none. He's a good dude. And Jake is a good dude too. No, go ahead. Did I ever hear what?
Well, I wanted to push the mood for you. I feel like that was sad, and I don't want you to be sad. Did you ever so I'm gonna mention a horrific death. That makes sense. But anyway, did you ever hear of the little girl that was found in her bed? The 4-year-old? There's actually a special about it on Netflix. Netflix, I don't know how to say it.
Netflix. You can't say flicks. Say flick.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Can you say licks?
Listen, I'm not saying.
Put an F in front of the licks.
It's funny because I'm from right outside Philly, so I have this heavy accent. I get asked if I'm from New York or from Boston very often, so I say a lot of words funny. But yeah. Anyway,
I think Boston accents are hot, man. Like, a woman with a Boston accent sounds hot, I think. I'm a sucker for women with accents. It's weird. I love women with Irish, Scottish, English accents. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember there was
amazing.
a YouTube creator that I would feud with. Like, this woman is vile. Like, she just lies and lies and lies. Everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie. But she has this British accent, and I still be like, man, if she wasn't such a horrible person. You know what I mean? So funny.
Yeah, I always wished I had a, pretty cool accent, not a ghetto suburbs accent. But
and you know what's funny
anyway,
is like, we're the only idiots in the world that feel that way. Like, if you go to England, like, I don't think any British or English people are going to be like, I love your American accent. None of them are going to do that. Nobody gives we sound like idiots to everybody.
I feel that way.
We sound like total morons to everybody. It's absolutely the truth.
But yeah, that story in case is very unsettling, and there's a lot of questions in it.
Do you remember the name of it? I shared it before. That's how you heard it or watched it.
I can go on my browser history, it'll come up.
Yeah, it's Murder in Paradise or something like that. Some cheesy ass, corny ass name. It's an ID channel thing, right? But
Yeah, it
Hulu
was
plays
ID.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
ID channel, but Hulu plays it, and it's like, yeah, Murder in Paradise and Hook, Line, Murder was the name of the
Yeah, it
episode,
was something
right?
like that. Puff line. Yeah,
God.
it definitely used the
Like,
boat.
I mean, you know, and it's like, dude, when I see that, and it's like, dude,
It's
I,
insulting. It's like you're making a joke out of
yeah,
the,
I mean,
play
yeah,
on words
like
where it shouldn't be.
the play on words, and that's my homie, dude, you know, and it's like, and I probably shouldn't say this. I probably shouldn't even talk about this, but like, I I'll say this. I talked to a certain family member, you know, behind the scenes of a high profile case that many people in the YouTube community talk about. And and the way he talks about it is exactly that same thing. He's just like, man, that's my fucking sister, dude. You know? Like, why
Right.
doesn't everybody get that shit? You know, and
That's
I'm
what I was
just like,
saying.
you're right. You know, I get it. You know, I totally
Yep.
fucking get it. Because the thing is the people that are, I mean, this is what we do in this true crime thing, man. When we dwell on cases for long periods of time, you know, we just dwell on them because everybody's talking about it, and then we capitalize on that. We're exploiting this family. We're exploiting a
Yeah.
victim's family, man. We're exploiting a victim and their family. That's what we're doing. I there's a fine line between bringing awareness and then just trying to monetarily gain from someone else's name. You know what I
That's why I
mean?
was saying it was a good thing that you opened up about it. That's your friend in real life. Because, like I said, fortunately for me, I was watching something. You know
He
what I
was my
mean?
best
And it
friend.
your
I,
best
I,
friend, right?
dude, I quit crack because of that, dude. You want to hear that story? I was
Yeah.
smoking crack. I was 19 years old, 20. I was 20. I quit smoking crack. I remember I was sitting there and I was smoking crack with a bunch of fucking people, shitty fucking people, and I hadn't seen Scott in a long time, and I invited him over because me and Scott like to party too, right? This was funny about it. But Scott didn't have that crazy addicted personality. He did with drinking, but when it came to drugs, he never got addicted to anything. Never got addicted to coke, nothing. You know, it's Miami. I got addicted to coke. I got addicted to coke again after I quit crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he, I remember I was in this apartment and I brought him over because I was like, man, you're gonna love these people, and I figured, you know, I could get him high because, you know, he used to get me high all the time, and and that wasn't really his thing anymore. You know, he had already gotten married and grown out of that, right? But he was having problems with his wife at the time. So then we, you know, I was the guy that you go to when you're having problems with your wife, you hang out with. I'm that guy, right?
Yes, you are.
so, so, so we're there in this place, in this apartment, you know, and it's a nice apartment, and the lady who owns it's nice, man. She's fucking crack it. You know, and but she had money, and she liked to have certain people around her, and we could all just sit around and fucking smoke crack, you know. And but the thing was, is once it was gone, everybody, not me, I never got to that point, but everybody was crawling around on the floor, picking up
Looking for it.
things out of
Yep.
the carpet,
Yep.
like it was really, really, really fucked up, you know, like, you know, oh my God, can I smoke this? And I'm like, dude, when you were smoking that, the logic doesn't add up. When you were smoking that shit, you had the same mentality. You think you dropped any on the fucking floor and not noticed it? What are you doing? You know? And I'm sitting there and I'm fucking like looking at this and I'm just like, fuck, you know. And I'm going through a thing in my head, you know, where I'm just rubbing my face. I'm just like, fuck, this is fucking terrible. You know, like what happens every time it's all gone. Every time it's all gone, I would go through this. Be like, fuck, you know?
Yeah, the
And
feeling of regret and feeling like shit. Yeah, the
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
of
Like,
disgust.
what the
Yep.
fuck am I doing with my life? Blah, 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 all that shit.
Yep.
And then, and Scott was just sitting on the couch with a bottle of Fireball, not Fireball, fire water, aguardiente, right? He's sitting there with a bottle of fire water and he's drinking it and he's smiling. He's the only one in the room not stressing out. And he's smiling. And he looks at me because he doesn't really know anybody else. I introduced him to those people. And he's looking at me and he's like, "What's up, man? Fiending?" You know, and fiending means like you were craving crack at the time, you know. And I was like,
We would say jonesing.
yeah, jonesing was also a common word too. Because if you were a crackhead, you were a fucking fiend, dude. You were a fiend. You know, there's no better word. A fiend. You're the Gollum. My precious. You know what I mean? Gross. It's super fucking gross, right? And Scott was like, you know, he was sitting there smiling. He was like, "What's up, man? You fiending?" You know, and I looked at him and I was just like, "Fuck this," you know. And I sat down right next to him on the couch. He passes me the bottle, and we just sat there and we just started telling, just reminiscing, because like I said, we hadn't seen each other in a while. So it just became about us. We just started reminiscing and talking about, you know, memories that we had, you know, being on the street and everything. And yeah, I'll never ever forget that day. And I just looked at all those people and I was just like, I don't ever want anything to do with this ever again. You know, it's crazy. Just how just one light of positivity can be that moment of clarity if you choose to look at it and look at it hard enough, you know. That's what Scott was to me, man. That's what Scott was to me, man. He's a good dude. Super good dude. Thank you, Locomai. Wow. Locomai went out and found it. Thank you. Yeah. Now, the episode is mostly focused on Jake because he was the captain of the boat, which is Scott's half brother. But yeah, the kind of person Scott was, and he was like he had movie star looks. Hold on, let me see if I can Google a picture of him, man. You guys got me all nostalgic now and everything.
It's good though. Like I said, it makes people realize that, like, I mean, we're mostly here for true crime. It makes us be more mindful that there are people, you know, on the other end, that this is more to them than, you know, interest or, you know what I mean? I don't want to say interest or entertainment, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you got to be mindful sometimes.
Hold on, let me share this because I had to Google just the image of Scott because it's a high profile case, so it's there. But yeah, let me share this real quick. Yeah, that's him on the far right and the far left. I mean,
you can tell he's a good person. You know what I mean? You know when you just see somebody, you can just feel it.
His eyes. The cool thing about Scott was when he was young, he had like, they called him Mickey Mouse because he talked. His vocal cords hadn't dropped yet. It took forever to drop. So he talked like this, you know, like as a teenager. But here's the thing about that. It's like the song "A Boy Named Sue," right? Remember the song "A Boy Named Sue" by Johnny Cash? Where the dad gave him the name Sue and it toughened him up because people made fun of him, blah, blah, blah. Scott was that dude. Never saw Scott lose a fight. I lose every fight. I never saw Scott lose a fight, ever. Scott would whoop somebody's ass. He tried to get out of it. But if it came down to it, Scott would whoop some ass. Real. You know? And people picked on him because he was good looking. You know, and he talked like Mickey Mouse. Can you imagine growing up, being a pretty boy, and not really being a pretty boy? You know, like that's not your personality at all, not even a little bit.
Right.
And you talk like this. There's no way you're going to intimidate anybody, motherfucker. Listen, motherfucker. You're not gonna take me seriously if I talk like that's how he talked, literally. And then when he hit like I don't know 18, I think it was like 17 or 18 or 19. He was already an adult. Then, he had a normal sounding voice. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, because the pretty boy in the voice would make him an easy target, but the crowd he was amongst wasn't an easy crowd.
I'll put Scott on I'll put money on Scott in a fight like in a second. Dude was he was just the dopest dude in the world, man. All right, Save Robbie. What's your question, dude? Let's do that sweet intuition, bro.
I'm excited for this question.
Can you tell I'm pouring oak leaf right now? Like I turned the camera off earlier and I was like, why did I do that? I already told everybody I was drinking oak leaf.
I was wondering that too. I'm like, does he have to turn it off? Is it a YouTube guideline?
And I think by now you can kind of tell the difference between me now as opposed to when I'm drinking coffee and doing live streams. When I'm drinking coffee and doing live streams, I actually have something to talk about. Now I'm just shooting the shit with you guys because I love it. I'm actually really glad that we're doing this. I'm having a good time.
He said, what am I thinking?
Oh, dude. Save Robbie. We all know what you're thinking about, bro. We all know what you're thinking about. That's what you're thinking about. The hoity-goity. The hoity-goity. Everybody's all uncomfortable now. Like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is a hoity-goity? What? A hoity-goity is actually hurdy-gurdy, but pronounced hoity-goity as if the hurdy-gurdy was conceived in New Jersey.
I think that just made people more confused because I did.
Telling you, Kimber, man, I got to compensate. I'm lacking, That's just how that is. I'm lacking. Dude,
does it change color?
See, Robbie, you gotta stop with this. Now you're doing this live. Listen, people, if anything happens to me, Save Robbie is a suspect. You understand? And then I got to deal with this. Dude, nobody else wants to come on panel and join this conversation? What is going on? Hello?
Does the mic change color?
I absolutely have no idea.
It probably does. Like,
you did hear Mickey Mouse. I was doing an impression of my friend Scott. That was he talked like that when he was young. Why is everybody wearing Carhartt, by the way? You all notice that? Why is everybody wearing these days? They're everywhere. Everybody wears them. Somebody gave this to me. Now I'm part of the Carhartt thing.
someone said, what color is their sock?
What color is what?
What color are my socks?
I've already answered that question.
That was mine.
I need an original question, people. Oh, hell no. This is not happening right now. Is this actually happening right now?
Yes, look, hold on. There's a fight breaking out.
Oh, snap. No way, really? Say Robbie
with the entertainment.
Bring in the content.
Hold on. Here it goes. Ooh, they're gonna start swinging.
Run, Robbie, run.
Get closer,
Oh.
Robbie, but don't get hurt. Don't get hurt, dude.
Oh, please. You know I got
Zoom in.
here last week.
Go get because we can't see.
Oh, I
Hold
can
on.
hear
I'm gonna make Save Robbie like I need
Hold
to
up.
maximize Save Robbie.
Hold up.
I like how you went around the perimeter.
Hold on. Oh,
I
they going.
How do I make Save Robbie the only
You
screen?
gotta I think hit solo layout on my thingy. And you guys,
Boom.
you want to know what else? They're smoking out of a meth pipe over there. I saw it.
No way, dude. Yeah, stay away from them, Robbie. Stay away from them.
Yeah. I just wanted to show you the excitement real fast because the baseball game just got out a little while ago. So I wanted to show you there was literally a fight breaking out as I was calling in. I was like, oh shit.
A Colorado Rockies game?
Colorado Rockies, that's correct, sir. Mm-hmm. And hi, Jessica.
Hi, Robbie. I feel like honored right now.
Dude. Save Robbie is the tits.
I know.
So is the hoity-goity. Hold on.
Oh
Let's see.
yeah. The hoity-goity is the tits.
Let's see if we can get a
where are the people fighting, Robbie? What's going on?
Well,
I need you to get in harm's way.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Now we about to get. Ooh, someone's smoking in here.
Someone's smoking in here.
You're not supposed to smoke cigarettes in here.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Usually there's some action going on in here, but they must have got kicked out. Damn it. Oh, you hear that? Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I hear it.
I don't want him to see that I'm filming, so hold on.
Yeah. Hide the mic.
Here,
Like,
I'm going to the other way.
They,
Say what?
okay. Hold on.
I think they chilled out a little bit.
Good. There's probably a mediator in their group of friends, which is always good. I'm always that guy. I'm always the guy that go, hey man, chill out, dude. Chill out.
Actually, it's kind of sad actually. Those are all homeless people, but that's the party station that they go to. But I gotta go because my bus is pulling up, so I love you and I'll talk to you later.
Love you too, man.
All right, bye, Jessica.
Bye, Robbie. Bye. He's so cute.
Dude, Save Robbie's the best, man.
My God, I love him.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's actually the first channel I joined, like as a member. I didn't know YouTube was like this big thing. I don't know. I came from Facebook. So I joined Robbie and it was like, oh my God, he's so much fun. And then you were my second membership. So
Oh, that's dope, man. Thank you. I mean, I have nothing to offer my members yet. I'm just like, oh, I could open a membership. Oh, cool.
well, you might as well.
And then
You know what I
y'all
mean?
did it, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I'll figure it out. But I have no promises as to when I'm going to figure it out.
That's what I said. The
Yeah,
Wednesdays
yeah, and
with
I know
Will.
Locomai like shared the link. Like Locomai, don't share that link no more. Wait till I figure it out. She's just being a great mod, is what she's doing.
Yeah, look, May. I had no idea. It was like a complete surprise. I spend more time on YouTube now than I do on
Hey, and
Facebook or other.
can somebody drop Locomai's channel in the chat, please? Because Locomai has a channel too.
Yeah, she's doing the or they're doing the. What are those things? The 4 something.
I don't know.
I've watched. I just have a bad memory.
All right, man. We're hitting 3 hours here, bro. I think it's time to call it, man. I don't run those 8-hour drunk streams. 3 hours is like literally triple what I try to aim for when I when I do live streams. But
Well, thanks for having me on.
thank you for coming on. I really appreciated it. Yeah, I agree. Join Patreon. Absolutely. If you haven't joined Patreon yet, join Patreon. Because tomorrow, I'm going to be. Damn it! I'm gonna have to drink again. Fuck. Because I bought wine with the intention of drinking for the Patreon stream, and then now I'm drinking on this stream, and it's whatever. It's cool, you know. I mean, but join Patreon, dude, so that I can do that there and only do it once a week. Help me limit my drinking to once a week. I know that's totally on me. It has nothing to do with you guys, but yo, Bobby Pin, you're great. Totally do a yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys to join Patreon. I'm gonna do it Matthew McConaughey meme style. Remember that Matthew McConaughey meme where he goes, that's what I'm doing. Join Patreon. Do it. Do it. Yes, the amazing Look of Mice channel. Jessica Lynn, because I fucking want to, bro. I want to. And I loved having you on here. You're amazing. Great. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. Find a movie to watch. Chill out. You guys are the best. I had a blast. You guys are fantastic. Join Patreon. If you're a member of Patreon, join me tomorrow. Patreon only. It will be the Toy Box Killer. It'll be David Parker Ray. Disgusting, disgusting excuse for a human being. Gross. And I'm going to destroy this dude. But I love you guys. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.